Hello everyone, this is KotH coming at you, giving you the Night Elf versus Undead King of the Hill style series. And this is going to be between Buy2BF versus Fanta. Fanta spawning as the Undead player here. And meanwhile, Buy2BF spawning as the blue Night Elf over here on the top right. And give me a second as I adjust everything on my map. I'll try to refer to them as Undead and Night Elf throughout the rest of this series, and hopefully these games are definitely good. Now, what are we expecting to see here? I believe this is Plunder Isle. It's been quite some time. A lot of the maps do look really similar, and there's actually been some changes on these maps as well. You can see that there's an opening off over here and an opening down over here as well. I think when I was actively playing, it definitely was not like that. Anyways, let's go ahead and speed things up until we get to the 2-minute mark. And, well, close enough for government work as a Death Knight now coming out from the Undead. Meanwhile, most likely a Demon Hunter? Yes, Demon Hunter coming out from the Night Elf. Undead versus Night Elf. And I would normally say that the Undead player has the advantage in this matchup, because of the requirement to get Ancient of War creeping early on, and the Undead's early ability to just do a lot of harassment. The Undead player is really the one in the driver's seat from the very get-go. However, it doesn't look like the Undead player Fanta is going to try and do a lot of harassment, instead opening up with a lot of ghouls to do creeping of his own. Now, what does this mean? I'm not exactly sure. We are seeing a 22/30 supply and training up more ghouls still. And perhaps the Death Knight is just trying to get to level 2 to have both Unholy Aura and Death Coil for that early harassment. We've seen the Death Knight try to lead with Unholy Aura to do a lot of surrounds, but then it really feels like, hey, you need Death Coil to heal your ghouls. If you go with Death Coil to heal your ghouls, the ghouls just don't seem fast enough to try and take down archers and surround them. So that may be the strategy here. If we do see the push by Fanta at level 2, then we know what exactly is going on. And here you go. Here is that push, trying to take down that Null Warden first, and that Null Warden will get taken out without a problem. All right, Death Coil onto this ghoul, please. Thank you. As that ghoul is saved from near certain death. All right, level 2 now on that Death Knight. Unholy Aura, please get picked up. Make me look smarter than I really am. And yes, that is going to be the strategy, is the Death Knight now making his rounds to try and do a bit of harassment. And it looks like he is not quite decided yet. Death Knight now perhaps going to try to get a surround on the Demon Hunter, and the Demon Hunter does not have boots of speed. This could be really bad news here, as it is constantly getting padded now. All right, the ghouls are now trying to get in position, and we could, a beautiful slip run by there, as the Demon Hunter now in a little bit of danger. All right, let's take a look back over here. Another box, and another slip through. Constant slip through, and I believe that Death Coil was just an absolute miss right there. I don't believe that ghoul was low on hit points at all, and ended up trying to take down the Demon Hunter, and the Demon Hunter just laughed it off. All right, let's take a look back at over here. The Death Knight now trying to pull away. The Demon Hunter is sitting at level 2 as well. I don't believe it's teched anything. And the ghouls make it a surround here, and it still does not. Instead, goes after the Wisp instead. And now here is a full-on surround. Mana burn. Ghouls doing a little bit of round robin action there, now trying to take down this one particular low hit point ghoul. The ghoul looks like it will not get away, as the archers pelt the last ghoul with arrows. Archer able to get away without a problem, but a scroll of town portal was burned in the process. Death Knight, now low on mana, will need those obsidian statues quickly to really gain any ground, as we are looking at the Death Knight perhaps trying to figure out what exactly went wrong with his earlier plan. By letting the Demon Hunter just escape that many times, things just went from bad to worse to unrecoverable. And by the time the archers were there, those ghouls really didn't have a chance to try and take down the Demon Hunter, as the Demon Hunter with evasion can just dodge a lot of those attacks and really be fine. All right, it looks like a ghoul will get taken down there. Death Knight did not have enough mana to try and get the Death Coil off, as we're looking at this Murloc Tide Runner getting taken down. Death Knight still running around here off to the north. We are getting in some more minions as well, as we are looking at what exactly the Demon Hunter is doing. Now, the Demon Hunter is not necessarily behind at this stage, but it doesn't really look like he's using his time in a very, very efficient manner. By saving that Demon Hunter, you would have expected him to try and do a little bit more creeping or make a little bit more, just make a little bit more for himself. Instead, he has just now picked up the Panda, going after a rather easy creep camp, and now going to end up getting reset on one of his Ancients of Lore. As the Ancient of Lore goes down, I believe the units... Oh, what was that? Death Coil onto a unit there, as all the units are now running back once more. Death Knight, with Unholy Aura, is still able to save the rest of the units. As we can see, a Skeletal Minion has been taken down off to the north. All right, let's take a look at this. Gargoyles now picked up, and now we are trying to look at what exactly the Night Elf player can do. Gargoyles are extremely vulnerable to archers, but archers are extremely vulnerable to ghouls. Are we going into dual crypts? Yes, we are. So dual gargoyles could spell a bit of a problem, and now the archers need to figure out what exactly they're going to do. The ball is once again in the seat of the undead player, or in the hands of the undead player, to make a better analogy. And with that, if the undead player is in the driver's seat, then what needs to be done is you need to figure out, are the dryads and archers going to stay home to try and prevent harassment, or are they going to go out and try to do a bit of creeping? All that really needs to be done by the Death Knight and the Death Knight is that you just do a little bit of creeping with some units here, as we are going to see, a red drake taken out very, very quickly. You can see how fast the red drakes fall here, and the red dragon whelps. You can see that just because of the sheer speed. Or are we going to see a death coil? No death coil in time. Death Knight now sitting at level 3, as we are looking at these gargoyles who are just getting taken out far too quickly. Another red drake, the red drake does get taken down. We see Devotion Aura now, something that the gargoyles definitely need, as they are relatively light on armor and take a lot of bonus damage from piercing. The Troll Trappers, with their constant ensnares, caused a lot of problems there, but we are now up to 5 gargoyles, and if we see that happen again, if we see another red creep camp taken out, the Death Knight could easily get to level 4, and with two levels of Unholy Aura and a Devotion Aura, that's going to be a very, very difficult army to try and take down. All right, here you go. Death Knight now coming in here and going to be going straight after these units. There are a couple of ensnares. There goes a Drake. Another Drake could get taken down as well. It looks like all of these units are going to pull back and continue to fight here. And gargoyles are still falling, but I haven't really seen gargoyles used effectively in creeping on this map. This is something that you see more on Twisted Meadows, with the four creep camps in the corners that have that very, very high level dragon. Death Knight, now sitting at level 4, has some very impressive items, including rune bracers at this point. And the Demon Hunter and the Panda are just sitting at level 3, level 2, compared to a level 4 Death Knight, who doesn't have any sign of slowing down. Now, the big question is going to be Breath of Fire. If this Panda gets to level 3, level 2 Breath of Fire will definitely cause a lot of problems here. As you can see, a big death coil down onto the Demon Hunter. Demon Hunter now low on hit points, has nowhere to run, as the Death Knight is now trying to catch up. All right, this Demon Hunter does not have Boots of Speed, doesn't even have an Orb of Venom, but does have Rejuvenation in order to stay alive. Not quite sure where the bear went. There is the bear, and that bear is now running for his life. All right, Ancient of War actually getting killed off over there. Not exactly sure what happened there at all, as the Demon Hunter is now back in position. All right, another Dryad could get taken down. There it goes, as the Death Knight is now going after this bear. Drew to the Claw running for his life. Archers are going to start showing up. There's a Rejuvenation, and the Death Knight needs to know that it is pretty much a lost cause to try and go after that bear at this point. All right. Let's take a look at this. The Demon Hunter now trying to run back the other way. Realizes that the Death Knight is most likely running down that corner. Decides to split and run off in a different direction. as the gargoyles have still pretty much gone unchallenged. There are archers, there are dryads, there are bears, but what will these gargoyles going to do? All right, here you go. Orb of Venom now on the Demon Hunter with that plus 17 attack. That is going to really chip away at the hit points of the gargoyle. I believe it's 5 damage a second over 10 seconds. So that does add up very, very quickly, especially if the Demon Hunter attacks different gargoyles. Gargoyle is now hiding off into the corner over here. Perhaps they can go into stone form in the back, heal back up, rinse and repeat. An army of ghouls now being added as well, in addition to Orb of Corruption. Double scrolls of healing, and that's really important for this massive army. This army is designed to have a lot of units, a lot of low supply units, and that is actually really good for that Scroll of Healing. The Scroll of Healing heals 125 hit points on every unit, not really caring what unit you have. All right, Panda now coming in. There's a Drunken Haze. There's a Breath of Fire. Are we going to see a Scroll of Healing being used? It looks like all of those units are now running away as we see a quick rejuvenation. Dryads with that slow poison, making it very difficult for the ghoul to get away, and it looks like that ghoul will be able to get away just in time, only to see, wait, more units coming back the other way again. All right, the gargoyles now getting into position. Dryads going to get focused down rather easily. There's one Scroll of Healing already. Are we going to see another Scroll of Healing as a second Dryad gets taken down? The Dryads have pretty much been picked apart already, and that means that the gargoyles are going to go unchallenged. Panda now down to death as it gets pelted to death by that gargoyle attack. All right, we are still looking at engagements. The ghouls are now desperately running for their lives, knowing that they cannot survive this fight. Meanwhile, the bears are falling very, very quickly as the gargoyles are now unchallenged in the air. Stone form on that gargoyle to try and heal back up. It is going to have no problem whatsoever as the bears running for their lives, taking additional damage as the Death Knight with an Orb of Corruption, making it very, very easy to focus fire down the bear. All right, let's go ahead. It looks like the Druid of the Claw is going to get taken down. Another Druid of the Claw could get taken down. No, instead, going to grab in some skeletal minions. The Death Knight is now sitting at level 5. Yes, he has no mana, but with an Orb of Corruption, Scroll of Healing, that level 5 Death Knight is still dealing plenty of damage. All right, Demon Hunter sitting at level 3, pretty much unable to do much of anything else. Dryads are now overhead, but they're going to quickly get belted down, using just mass numbers to try and come out ahead here as the Death Knight gets to level 6. Death Knight now trying to get away. Looks like he will be able to with that Unholy Aura bonus speed. Unholy Aura, level 3 Unholy Aura means that he has, I believe, 150% regeneration, always regenerating pretty much, almost regenerating always as fast as a Night Elf player at Nightfall. And once you get back on the Blight, we should see the regeneration simply be super, super fast. You may be wondering, hey, how is he able to keep all of his units alive without obsidian statues? And take a look at this regeneration. He is actually regenerating I believe about 5 to 7 hit points a second. One Mississippi, yeah, that is about 5 hit points a second. The gargoyles aren't regenerating as quickly, but then again, they don't nearly have as many hit points to regenerate. That Death Knight still looking very, very strong. Those rune bracers, which he sold earlier, may have prevented a little bit of damage, giving that Death Knight plenty to work with now. He does not have a sacrificial skull. I wouldn't be surprised to see one in this upcoming fight. Here we go. Here's the fight. There we are, and there is so many Dryads in position. There is a Drunken Haze, Breath of Fire, Obsidian. Oh, and there is a Scroll of Healing to try and counteract that, and that counteracted indeed. Demon Hunter now sitting at level 3 may end up getting taken down here. Mana burn onto a Death Knight who doesn't care since he doesn't have that much mana. All right, a Gargoyle now hiding off to the north here. That poison damage is not going to be able to kill him. As we now look at another bear getting rescued by a Staff of Preservation. All right, continuing the fight. That bear, not so lucky. That archer, not so lucky. And the Demon Hunter now finally using the Scroll of Town Portal in order to get away. A second Frostworm shows up to the fight, and the Death Knight is looking stronger than at the start of the fight. That is bad news. Meanwhile, Tree of Life has been added here to the top left. We are looking at a haunted gold mine a ninja haunted gold mine almost, as we are looking at Fanta just looking forward to push off here. Let's take a look. We are looking at the ghouls now making a big run in. 35 over 70 supply compared to 58 over 70. This is looking extremely good for the Undead player. You can see the Frostworm is just rushing in here, gonna take down the Hunter's Hall. And once this Hunter's Hall get taken down, I'm not exactly sure what the Death Knight was really hoping to do there. He couldn't really continue to push. He has to figure out a way to deal with this Ancient Protector off in the corner. And we are looking at ghouls, well, a little bit of indecisiveness by Fanta. Meanwhile, let's take a look at what the Night Elf player can do here. Bye to boyfriend, I guess, or BY to BF. Bye to best friend? Anyways, Panda sitting at level 2, Demon Hunter sitting at level 3, almost level 4, Death Knight sitting at level 5 last time I checked. No, level 6, excuse me. That's right, level 3 Unholy Aura for the extremely fast movement speed, even without boots of speed. And the Death Knight is actually able to kind of keep up with the rest of his army here as they are now moving around. Demon Hunter with triple claws of attack plus 6 and an orb of venom plus 23 attack. That is a huge amount of damage as we are looking at the Death Knight just going, you know what? Let me just get some more items. Scroll of the Beast. And that is going to be beastly on the number of units you see here. And there is now a Blight very close by for the Undead player to regenerate hit points on. That is going to be a bit of good news. Even a Ziggurat down over here could extend that Blight and kind of move home field advantage to his opponent. All right, Staff of Preservation saving another unit there. Dryad now trying to run back. No such luck. A Ziggurat here. If a Ziggurat was placed down here, that would continue that expansion and just continue to push more and more Blight into the base, causing even better regeneration for the Undead. All right, Bear quickly focused down. Death Knight up to level 7. And with this army, I'm not quite sure what the Death Knight is going to do for his second ability, but this is just looking so strong. Animate Dead would probably be very strong right now just because of, well, actually no, it won't be strong because he's constantly getting mana burn. It doesn't matter though, the Death Knight is leading this army far too well. Level 7 on the Death Knight, anti-magic potion, and not going to protect from the blade of the Death Knight. Death Knight now up to level 8 as the Demon Hunter now sitting at level 4. Gargoyles going after the Demon Hunter. Demon Hunter is still in a bit of trouble. It looks like things are just going to all fall apart here. It looks like the bear may get taken down. Oh, is the bear going to get taken down? Yes, it is. And as the bear gets taken down, Death Knight still looking strong. That is the game as Fanta takes game 1 in this King of the Hill series. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Hope you guys enjoyed it. And happy Father's Day to you all. Especially to you fathers out there. Thanks for watching. Also, if you guys want to keep updated on me, make sure you check out my Facebook page. Just search KotH. I'm almost up to 4,000 likes, which is quite surprising because I thought my popularity had fallen off a bit, but now that I'm casting more WarCraft 3, a lot of people are liking me for WarCraft 3 specifically, and I'm glad to bring this service to you. Hope you guys enjoy it. Maybe Blizzard will catch on and Bunny will call me or Kim will call me and say, hey, we need you to cast WarCraft 4 beta or alpha. That would actually be a dream. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Hope you guys enjoyed it.